Oh, welcome to today's module. So just to give you a heads up of what we are going to be looking at in class, we are moving on to closed reading. So closed reading is an art because like the other two, skimming and scanning, or the combination of both, um, you have to train yourself to read purposefully, not blindly. So, like the other two here, will again have a goal, an agenda, an objective. So, as you read, there is always a purpose and also paying attention to the writer. So, basically, we are going to be reading like writers compared to the other two, we were reading like readers. Okay. So when we read, we translate words into meaning. And as we read, we also look at the author's intent, ideas, experiences that they put into words. And for us, our role is to take those words, retranslate them into the author's original meaning using our own ideas and experiences as aids. So notice here, while in the previous two, it was all about taking notes and making notes. Here, we are going to dwell a lot on the author's intent. We are not going to overlook it. So we are going to first of all understand the author's intent, language, tone, and the like, and then add it with our own experiences. So we are going to be accurately translating words into intended meaning in form of being analytic, evaluative, and creative. So unfortunately, few people are skilled at translation. That's why we have this class to enable us to accurately mirror the meaning of the author's intent. So you're going to notice that compared to the other skimming methods where we had to have a target, like, I'm skimming for an hour, like the exercise that we had, skimming a novel in just 1 hour. Here, you're going to take time. As in, we'll still have a set time limit, but you'll have to be clear on each word. Look at the diction. Look at the tone. Embody the characters. Make intertextuality. And in this, you'll find that their project is going to be made your own, but into text. So with this, you can never, never, never violate the meaning of the author. In other words, you have to know what the author really meant. And this will mean that as you read, you also look at other sources. So just to give you a reminder of what we looked at, so reading for sheer pleasure requires no particular skill, because you're reading to pass time, you're reading maybe to update yourself on something. So if you want to figure out like a simple idea, it may require skimming that text. If you're looking for specific technical information, it may require scanning. To enter and understand and appreciate a new world view with a combination of learning a new subject, you have to do close reading. And close reading is very challenging because it stretches the mind and it requires you to make intertextuality. So learning a new subject also requires close reading skills in internalizing and taking ownership of an organized system of meaning. In other words, how you read is going to be determined in part by what you read. Reflective readers read a textbook, for example, using a different mindset than they use when reading an article in a newspaper. Furthermore, reflective readers read a textbook in biology or economics or business management differently from how they would read a textbook in history. So having recognized this variability, it will help us to also recognize that there are core reading tools and skills for reading in substantive text, because if you're reading a text that's not in your area or something that you've never heard of, it means you're going to be going back and forth analyzing the terminologies. For example, if you're reading a theology textbook and you are in a business area, you might not know some of those Latin words that are constantly used as part of the theology textbooks, because even if the textbooks are in English, you'll find a lot of Latin words or Greek words or a mixture of both, or some of the Hebrew words. So that means you'll have to go back and consider the author's purpose, and then come back and find out what the author's intent was. But through knowing their language,